Talk to Southampton.
Talk to Lord Burleigh.
I'm his man.
I'm working for them.
I'm only a poet.
I'm a servant of a
A
majesty.
loyal subject.
Tom Kidd was lying.
I am not a
I'm
Catholic.
not an atheist.
I am English.
I'm English.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am Shakespeare.
I am Marlowe.
Yeah. That didn't happen. Not to us. It might have, though. The tramp of boots in the hall, the door smashing in. The sort of thing that may come as a nasty shock, but never as a surprise. 'Tis a police state, after all. Totalitarian. Rotten through with the Secret Service sniffing and snapping at its own people. The Queen's an old monster, scapegoating Catholics and subversive boogeymen to distract the people from dragged-out wars and bad harvests. We've got more spies than there are crimes to spy out. And someone has to pay. The nobles have some rights, but we don't. We aren't citizens, we're subjects. Subjected to all sorts of, let's call it, unpleasantness. Poets have big mouths, and we all have targets on our backs. But I survive. I get away with it. I get to die in my bed. Not everyone manages that. Didn't you ever wonder how I did?
Starting without me.
Oh, I was just making some notes from Hollinshed. Hello, I'm William
Hollinshed. And what is this? Hall?
Oh. Well, they're the most reliable sources, I believe.
Sources what? Are we to take dictation from historians?
Well, it is a history play.
All the more reason to use our imaginations.
Oh.
History may be written by the victors, but we know they delegate to the poets. Oh, yes, we'll use them. But mind you, we'll take all the liberties, otherwise the play will be as long as the wars and nearly as deadly.
Well, still, I do think that...
There. There's a good boy then.
Well, Lord Strange wants the play up as soon as possible.
Yes, Bertie will get it when it's finished and be grateful.
Yes, well, if I may say, it's an honor to be working with you.
Ooh, I should say so.
Oh, well, when Lord Strange said that you offered to, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, why should you, the legendary poet of the Great Tamburlaine, throwing your lot in with me?
The hack, writer of a derivative Bloodfest?
Oh. Well, I mean, I know it wasn't.
No, but you've got Green pissed right off. What did he call you? An upstart crow beautified with our feathers?
Oh.
He did get you there. But if you've got Green ruffled, there must be something to you. And I've just written 3 more plays. You can't imagine the cramps. And I was thinking I could use a scribe. Half the money, but a quarter of the work is what I'm thinking, so you'd better keep those fingers limber. Mistress Plumley!
Oh, but...
Mistress Plumley, a pot of strong ale, if you please!
Oh, but we've got...
What ails the hag that she comes not running?
Well, yes, but we've got small beer just there.
Did I ask for small beer?
Well, no, but,
Is there anything small or beerish about me?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Mistress
but-
Plumley!
I told her not to come.
What?
Well, we are here for the privacy. It's what we hired the room for, to work. I told her to leave us entirely alone.
What? All alone? No service? Not one pliant bottle boy running to and fro?
Well, we are here to
work.
Yes.
Right. I see you've heard of my reputation.
Well, Lord Strange wants to play up as soon as possible in sequels if it goes
all
well. Of course
right,
it will. Right.
all right. What an obedient schoolboy it is.
I'd like to get paid.
What? Panting after royalties? Haven't you got a patron?
I don't like to always be begging for money.
I find I don't have to beg. I render services that are quite promptly rewarded. Oh, no. Not that. Did you think I meant country matters.
No,
Get your mind out of the studyard for a minute and listen. Feckless little Southampton is no sort of patron for a likely lad like you. You need someone who could make use of a quick quill. Poets get around. We see things. They hear things. There are those that would find that useful unless you think you're above that sort of work.
Well, you haven't actually said what sort of work you're talking about.
If I have to say it, you're too stupid for it. Now, my man won't pay up for that. Come on, you're no moon calf. You've got your eyes open.
Am I being recruited?
Recruited by Jace who listened to it preen. Don't get above yourself, Glover's boy.
Oh, wasn't your father a shoemaker?
And yet, I was clever enough to get a scholarship to uni, and a good deal more. Whereas you staggered out of that shop into, what was it again? Oh, yes, acting. Your family must be beside themselves.
It's honest work.
Oh, yes, it's honest to be called baited bears and whores honest, but I think that's stretching a point.
I just want to write.
Who doesn't? There's not enough money in the theatre. Not nearly. And even if you can write street poetry, can you?
Oh,
I wonder. It'll only be hand to mouth.
As opposed to hand to...
Oh, well, that's gone. Haven't you heard? We must live by our wits or die with empty bellies.
Perhaps I'd rather an empty belly than a stuck one.
Ooh, what? You fear a dagger?
I'm not a fighting man, nor treacherous.
Treacherous?
I fancy the work that you're talking about requires disguise, counterfeiting, equivocation, betrayal.
Ooh, and all of that is too mucky for our barefaced will, is that it? No disguises for you? Everything just as it seems, is that right? An open book.
You don't know me. Could we work, do you think? Or is that a radical suggestion?
Right. Let's divvy the bits. I've read Holinshed 2 and Hall. I get the gist. Poor old Nash. He's already finished Act 1, and ghastly as it is, we might as well save time and keep it.
What happened to Nash anyway?
Oh, I don't know. The clap. Probably too good for them, the hack.
I thought the two of you were friends.
Yes. Dear friends. That's why I only call him Hack.
Well, Lord Strange said that he wanted the play rewritten. He's not going to pay us to start over again, but I do think it's too bad.
Right. Comets importing times of change and states.
Brandish your crystal tresses in the sky.
And with them scourge the bad revolting stars. Bad revolting is right. Well, but there it is, we're stuck with it. Let's get on to Act 2. I'll take the Countess and the Bastard and Plantagenet, of course, and...
Have I mentioned that I'm writing this with you?
You may have the hero Talbot. Oh. He's far too roast beef for me. See what you can make of him.
Oh, and his son?
If you say so.
Ooh, I was thinking that their death scene could be absolutely heartbreaking.
What is this?
Oh, it's...
An outline?
It's nothing.
Oh, no. No. This is good. No, this is very good.
Oh, I'm glad you think so.
Yes, I see. Oh. Yes and no.
Oh.
We do not need that.
Oh.
We'll move this here. Yes, we've got to have something to break up the battles. It can't be all gore and sentiment,
Oh,
you know?
I was just thinking...
Yes, I've got such plans for Joan.
Oh, Joan of Arc. I thought I actually might...
What, La Pucelle? No, Joan is mine. Speaking of treachery, oh, that treacherous little whore of a phony witch. Oh, it'll be so hilarious right up until we burn her.
Hilarious.
Yes, it's black comedy.
Well, yes, but don't you think, I think that there's an opportunity there. I mean, a brave, God-touched girl, dressed as a man for safety's sake. leading an army, dying for her honor and her country, a tragic figure.
Tragic? She's not a hero, she's fucking French. The enemy, whom the audience hates.
Oh, yes. Right. Of course you're right. Yeah.
Brave,
But I was just...
God-touched girl, more like a brave whore, running around in trousers, fucking away up to the top, getting a lot of good Englishmen killed. Oh, the cheers when we finally burn her. You've got to have a sense of the theatrical, boy.
You know we're exactly the same age, right?
Not in stage years. Christ, I could use a real drink.
I know that the author of Is This the Face That Launched 1,000 Ships does not write drunk.
Oof. Do you imagine that this will be a deathless work of genius in the rank of Dr. Faustus or anything else that has flowed from my throbbing quill? Dream on. This I could write sorted to unconsciousness.
We haven't even started yet. What makes you think that this isn't going to turn out well?
Well, when you yoke an Arabian steed to a mule, you don't plow a field that anything will grow in.
Right. Well, first of all, you don't think much of yourself, do you, an Arabian steed? Ha! Try an ass in motley.
Oh.
Secondly, I will undertake a field to plow wonders in if you would only bend to the work and let me.
Did you call me an arson motley?
Well, I did. Why did you consent to write with me if I'm so beneath you?
Well, I have my reasons, and while they may concern you, I do not choose that you shall know them.
I am not here to quarrel with you.
That's not up to you at the best of times.
I am going to start on Talbot's entrance.
Right. Comme tu mimes mon bouton français. Who do you fuck? Boys or girls? Oh, both, equivocator. I do see your point. A hole's a hole when all's said and the candle's out.
That's not at all what I
It's not
said.
exactly the legal point of view, but only poor buggers hang for it.
I am quite sure I can get this play written without being hanged for sodomy. May I expect that you can do the same?
Oh, fear me not for that. I am all discretion. On a fine day, when the wind is southerly. The worst of this French whore is her whole religion. I suppose when you're on your knees to the Pope all the time, it gets you in the habit, don't you think?
I wouldn't know.
No, but I think you would know enough to hazard an opinion.
Are you asking me if I think all Catholics are whores? Or if I'm a Catholic?
Christ, no, I'm sure you're of the Queen's faith, like any sensible man. There's nothing more dangerous these days nowadays than a Catholic, and I am sure young Will is not a dangerous man, are you?
I'm not.
Stop distracting me, you temptress! I've got work to do even if you haven't. Was Winchester a bishop or a cardinal?
Look it up.
It's easier to ask you.
Cardinal.
Well, I thought bishop.
He was a cardinal. Look it up.
Bishop's better. Pop of the B, pop of the P, two choppy syllables. Bishop.
Cardinal is more sinister. Cardinal Winchester. Anyway, he was a cardinal. Look it up.
No one cares.
You care or you wouldn't be arguing.
Arguing? I'm not even sharpening my teeth on you yet.
I think you were born with teeth. I'm using that.
Ooh, we'll see. Well, if you're not a Catholic, why don't you want to pick up some of the Queen's work on the sly? And even if you are, it's the best cover if you think about it. Hunting rats.
Will you please shut up? Is this how you spy on people? Just come right out and ask them things?
Oh, you'd be surprised how often that works.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if people give you all their secrets out of sheer exasperation.
What are your secrets then, darling?
I just want to write.
Oh, come on, no one is that simple, not even you.
How is that being simple?
Because you don't get to just write. You're saying things.
Nothing that can be used against me. It's ancient Rome, it's picturesque Ephesus. Blank verse and entertainment, here and gone like heat lightning.
We give ourselves away in every line.
Maybe you do, but no one is studying me.
There are those who will.
They are welcome to try.
You are so much stupider than you look, and how is that possible?
What?
They will see what they want to see. And if you are not in with them, they'll want to see subversion.
No one is looking at me. I keep my head down. I stay out of trouble. I go to church. I pay my tithes. Why should I even be visible?
You remind me of the uses for a university education.
Stop scoffing at me for that. I've got a perfectly good education. Latin, Greek, and rhetoric. More than enough to work with. I won't be condescended to because I didn't waste years getting drunk with titled undergraduates.
Latin, Greek, and rhetoric. Oh, Christ, you missed the point. There's so much more than what you learn in books. At university, you learn how the world works. You learn politics, rubbing up against the sons of power. And yes, I do mean rubbing up quite literally. But it's more than that. It's much more than that. It's impossible to speak to a naif like you. Yes, you're clever. Yes, you work hard. Yes, you're doing well enough, and it'll get you nowhere if you don't know people. It'll get you worse than nowhere. It'll get you somewhere that you don't want to be.
I honestly don't know what's happening. Are you trying to spy on me? To warn me?
Well, I came in to do one thing, but I'm improvising. I don't know what it is about you, but I think you bring out the mother hen in me.
If there were anything as soft as a hen's feather about you, I'd be very much surprised.
Quite right. Generally speaking, less of a hen than a cock.
And now you're what? Trying to seduce me?
Oh, no, not my type, not at all. Far too old.
Again, we're exactly the same age.
Quite.
Oh. What? Kit?
Did I say you could call me Kit?
I feel that we're on that footing. Will you call me Will?
Oh, Christ, you are the sort that would pun on his own name, aren't you? All right. I will, if you will.
No.
Why do you stop?
I think it would be lovely, like petting a leopard. Until the teeth flash out.
Such a compliment. Do you really think I'd bite you?
I think you would devour me. Look. No, Kit. No, Kit. Kit, please. I'm begging you. May we please get this play written so that I can eat and be paid, and with any such luck, never have such another confusing conversation again this side of my grave.
Such a fuss. You only had to say so.
Ah. What now?
Just seeing where the transition will be. Oh, what do you have Talbot called Joan virtuous? Our muse we meet not with the Dauphin's grace, his newfound champion, virtuous Joan of Arc. Grace? Champion virtuous? What did I tell you about that bitch?
It is Talbot's point of view, and a noble mind sees nobility.
No, that's not it. You're putting your thumb on the scales. You think I'll be swayed by your noble vision?
I doubt that I could sway you to pick up a pin. We'll have it your way. Of course.
Oh. You know it takes the wind right out of my sails when you're so biddable. Is that how you get along in life? Give in and give way?
Reeds that bend survive the storm that cracks the oak.
I'm no oak.
No, you're the storm. You are the wildfire that consumes the woods and then itself, leaving but a rumor of smoke.
See? You say you want to work, and then you flirt like that.
I'm not flirting!
Oh, yes, you are, even if you don't know it. Christ. What am I going to do?
What?
I know. I'll give them someone else. Yes. Tom's been unbearable ever since his Spanish tragedy was such a hit, and he's been snooping about in his own way.
Wait, give what? Give who?
But don't be thick. Do I really need to draw you a picture?
Well,
Right. Behold the infernal triangle. There's Essex. You've heard of him, I take it?
The Queen's favorite.
Yes, and head of one of the factions of the state apparatus, the secret machine. Is the web our glorious Queen squats in like a great cob. And there is Robert Cecil, head of the other faction. On the same side, you would think, and yet they hate each other like poison. Maybe literally one day, I am Cecil's man.
Oh, so does that mean that Lord Essex is your enemy?
Oh, we laugh. His enemy scarcely knows I exist.
I doubt that. Anyway, who's at the bottom of the bottom point of the triangle?
That? Oh, that's Raleigh. He's just a friend of mine. But Essex hates him too. Essex is a very